Hello, sports fans. It is Thursday, October the 17th, the year 2013, and as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Believe it or not, we are in week 7 of the NFL season. We are almost halfway through the NFL season. Are you kidding me? How fast does the NFL go by? Unbelievable. Without further ado, let's get to our NFL picks for this week. Let's start with the Thursday night game tonight. The Seattle Seahawks are -6.5 at the Arizona Cardinals. We know Seattle's great at home. They didn't play so great last week against Tennessee. Kind of a ho-hum win for them. Arizona's kind of a 500 team. They're about 8-8. I think Seattle is just better here. Seattle's been playing better on the road this year. I mean, I don't love Arizona. I really like Seattle, though. I mean, I think Seattle is a definite Super Bowl contender along with the Saints and the 49ers. I think Seattle is a little too much for Arizona, so I'm going to take Seattle -6.5 over Arizona. Let's keep an eye on the overall play tonight. I noticed these Thursday night games, because of the short week, the games are choppy, the games are sloppy. I think the teams that play on Thursday night should have the week before off because the level of play is really bad. I even notice it in the college football. When the teams play on Saturday in college football and then they play on Thursday, the level of play is just choppy and sloppy. So to me, the NFL has to work out a way where these teams that play on Thursday have the week before off just to improve the level of play because I do not like the way these Thursday games have been played. So I'm going to take Seattle -6 over Arizona. Let's get to the Sunday games. Let's go to the Meadowlands in New Jersey, not far from where I am, right here in New York. The New England Patriots are -4 over the New York Jets. I mean, to me, this spread is too low. I mean, the Jets just lost to Pittsburgh 19-6. Patriots just beat New Orleans. Why is this spread only 4 points? Now, we still don't know about Gronkowski. I mean, I doubt he plays this week. Who knows when he's going to play. Also, New England lost Mayo for the year. That's a big loss on defense. But still, we know the way New England operates. We know the way Belichick operates. They just keep plugging in guys. They just find a way, New England. I can't take the Jets here. Not after what I saw against Pittsburgh last week. I mean, the Steelers beat them 19-6. I'll take New England -4 over the New York Jets in the Meadowlands. Let's go down to Jacksonville, where the San Diego Chargers are -7.5 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. We know San Diego's schizophrenic. We know they're up and down. This would be typical San Diego if they laid an egg in this game. But I've said it all year. Until Jacksonville actually wins a game or is competitive, I'm going to keep picking against them. I mean, I know they covered the big spread against Denver last week, but they still lost by double digits. I'm going to take San Diego here. Now, I know they could burn you at any time, and this would be the spot where San Diego could burn you. Watch them lay an egg here. But until Jacksonville wins the game, I'm taking San Diego -7.5 over the Jaguars down in Jacksonville. Let's go to Kansas City, where the Kansas City Chiefs are -6.5 over Houston. Now, if you've heard me recently, I've been bashing Houston. I've been bashing the fans, the front office, the coach, the quarterback, everybody. You know I'm taking Kansas City here. Kansas City's undefeated. They can do no wrong. Houston can do no right. I'm taking Kansas City. I think Kansas City smashes Houston. I think Houston's done. I think Houston is going to have a lost season, and they're going to rebuild from here. I think the coach is going to go. I think the quarterback's going to go. I mean, who knows about Foster at running back? Who knows about Johnson at receiver? We all love him, but he's getting older. Houston has a lot of question marks. They are not a contender for the Super Bowl. They're not even going to make the playoffs this year. I'm going to take Kansas City to smash Houston at Arrowhead. Let's go to Detroit. Very interesting game here. The Detroit Lions at home, -3 over the Cincinnati Bengals. Very, very nice game. Detroit's showing me something this year. They look improved. They look a little more disciplined. They look a little better on the road. They are home here, though. They always play pretty well at home. Cincinnati, they're good. I think they're the best team in that division. Little spotty here and there. I didn't like the way they played in Buffalo. They let Buffalo hang around last week. Cincinnati is still, I mean, they're a good team. They're a playoff team. I don't know if they're an upper echelon team. Now, we don't know if Detroit is either. I'm going to take Detroit here because they're home. I'm going to say Detroit wins this game like 28-24, something like that, to just cover the spread. So I'm going to take the Lions just because they're home. Very tough game. This is a very interesting game. Watch this game. It's a very good game. I'll take the Lions -3 over Cincinnati. Let's go down to South Florida, where the Miami Dolphins are -8 over the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to take Miami. I know Buffalo was competitive last week and they play hard. I just don't think they're that talented, and I don't like taking teams that are not all that talented. I mean, plus they're still going with this quarterback off the practice squad. He did some decent things last week, but how much are you going to get out of him? We still don't know about him yet. So I'm going to take Miami here. They're home. Miami's much improved this year. Like what I see from Miami. I think they're too much for Buffalo at this stage. I'm going to take Miami at home -8. Let's go to Washington. Here's an interesting spread. The Redskins, with their horrible record, are -1 over the Bears. It's strange because the Redskins have one win this year. I mean, the Bears have a decent record, yet the Skins are favored. I mean, I know they're home, but still. I mean, I don't like what I see at all from Washington this year. I do not like their defense. Forget the RG3 stuff. Forget all that. Their defense is horrible. That's what's killing them in these games. Now, Chicago, we know, is not great. They can be schizophrenic as well. But one thing Chicago does, they take the ball away. And once they take it away, they score with it. I think Chicago, a little too much for Washington here. I think Chicago's going to be able to move the ball against that Swiss cheese Washington defense. I'm not sold on the Redskins at all this year. They're not showing me much at all. Didn't like the way they played against Dallas last week. I'm going to take the Bears here reluctantly, but I'll take the Bears on the road +1 over Washington. Let's go to Philadelphia. Nice rivalry game here. The Philadelphia Eagles are -3 over the Dallas Cowboys. These two teams are tied for first. They have a 3-3 record. Now, I don't love Philadelphia. I've said this all year. I don't like Philadelphia. I don't like their defense. I mean, Vic is still out. I don't love this offense they're running. I mean, to me, it just puts more pressure on the defense. I think Dallas is more talented on both sides of the ball. Plus, I'm getting 3 points here. I'm going to take Dallas +3 over Philadelphia. I mean, I don't love Philadelphia. I know they're 3-3. I know they're tied for first. I think they got a lot of question marks still. A lot of question marks, especially on defense. I think Dallas is just better than Philadelphia. I think Dallas is going to move the ball up and down the field. I'll take the Cowboys +3 over the Eagles. Very nice rivalry game. Check that out. Let's go down to Atlanta. Here's a doozer of a game. The Atlanta Falcons are -7 over the winless Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, you talk about a horrible game. Tampa has no wins. The Falcons have one win. I mean, Julio Jones out for the year. Falcons all banged up on defense. Who knows about Steven Jackson? And Tampa, they're just a mess. We know about them with the coach, with the new quarterback. They can't win a game. They can't score. This is do I have to pick this game? This is an ugly mess of a game. I'm going to take Atlanta because, once again, like Jacksonville, until Tampa Bay wins a game, I'm going to keep picking against them. And I don't love Atlanta this year, and I'm very disappointed in them. But I'll take Atlanta off their bye week. You know, maybe they regroup off their bye a little bit. Maybe they have enough to beat Tampa Bay. I would hope so at home. So I'll take Atlanta reluctantly -7 over Tampa Bay in just a messy, sloppy game. Let's go down to Carolina, where the Carolina Panthers are -6.5 over the St. Louis Rams. Carolina looked really good last week. So did the Rams. The Rams blew out Houston last week. And Carolina blew out Minnesota, so two teams coming off a nice win. Funny, the spread to me is a little high, 6.5. Two teams with similar records. I mean, Carolina is another one of these up-and-down teams. You can never trust them. They played great last week. Who knows about this week? Spread's a little high. I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to take St. Louis +6.5. I'm going to say the game is a field goal either way. I could definitely see Carolina winning. Spread's a dash high for me considering the records. Rams have won a couple in a row. I'm going to take St. Louis +6.5 over the schizophrenic Carolina Panthers. Let's go to Tennessee, where the San Francisco 49ers are -4 over the Tennessee Titans. I'm taking San Francisco. You know I'm a big lover of the 49ers. They're starting to find their mojo now. Plus, Tennessee is playing with Fitzpatrick at quarterback. Locker's out. You know I don't love Fitzpatrick. I didn't love him with Buffalo. I don't love him here. San Francisco, too much for Tennessee. I know Tennessee plays hard. They play good defense. I don't love Fitzpatrick. Can't take him. Like San Francisco, -4 over the Titans. Let's go to Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where the Green Bay Packers are -10 over the Cleveland Browns. Listen, you got to go with Green Bay here. You just have to. I can't trust Whedon on the road to go into Lambeau. Plus, Green Bay's offense is really, really good. Green Bay, nice win last week over Baltimore on the road. I think they come back here and they get a big win over Cleveland. I see Green Bay comfortably beating Cleveland this week. I don't love Whedon at quarterback for the Browns at all. I'm going to take Green Bay here at home at Lambeau Field, -10 over Cleveland. Let's go to Pittsburgh. The Steelers are -1.5 over the Baltimore Ravens. Steelers finally got a win last week. They beat the Jets. Ravens had a loss last week to Green Bay. Ravens are another one that are up and down. Steelers have been very disappointing. It's a big rivalry game. These two teams do not like each other. Steelers are home off a win. Baltimore schizophrenic. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to take Pittsburgh at home to show some pride. Win a home game, their first home game of the year. Now, if you told me Baltimore's going to win, I couldn't argue with you. This game is always 3 points either way. I'm going to say the Steelers win this game by a field goal. Very close game. Big rivals. It's always fun, hard-hitting football. You'd like to see Pittsburgh have a better record. They don't. I'm going to take a gamble. I'll take the Steelers here, -1.5 over the Ravens. Let's go to Indianapolis, where the undefeated Denver Broncos are -6 over the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, we know about this game with Peyton Manning going back to Indianapolis, the big ceremony for him, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to take the Colts here. I'm getting 6.5. They're home. I think the Colts are going to be flying after they just laid an egg on Monday night against San Diego. The Colts looked horrible on Monday night. I think they rebound off that. Colts are usually in these games, usually competitive. I like the Colts at home. Listen, Denver's not going to go undefeated. Now, do I think the Colts are going to win? No, I think Denver probably wins the game. I say the Colts hang in there. I'll take Indianapolis +6.5 against Denver in a must-watch game. With the Peyton Manning stuff, this is one of the better games, if not the best game of the weekend. The Monday night game, oh boy, talk about a bad game. Back to the Meadowlands in New Jersey we go. The New York Giants are home, -3 over the Minnesota Vikings. Giants haven't won a game. Minnesota only has one win, and Minnesota got just demolished by Carolina last week. Looks like Minnesota's going to go with Freeman at quarterback. I mean, they saw enough of Castle. Who knows about Ponder? I mean, we're not a believer in him anyway. What a mess of a game this is. I mean, this is just an atrocious game. Who do you pick here? I mean, I have no idea who to pick here. I'm going to take the Giants just because they're home, and I don't know about Freeman at quarterback. I mean, I'll take the Giants. Maybe Eli does something on Monday night. Giants are home. Minnesota was so bad last week. At least the Giants in their last game were competitive against Chicago. Minnesota was atrocious last week. But this is just an awful Monday night game. I mean, I wish they could change this game. Just a terrible Monday night game. I'll take the Giants. So that is your picks for the NFL Week 7. Oakland and New Orleans have the week off. As far as your Major League Baseball, the Dodgers won yesterday, do stay alive, but St. Louis is in the driver's seat. St. Louis is up 3-2, and they have the last 2 games in St. Louis, so St. Louis still in the driver's seat there. The Tigers beat the Red Sox yesterday. That series is 2-2, Game 5 today. Very big swing game. The Tigers win this game, they go up 3-2, then they only have to win 1 in Boston. Boston wins this game. I mean, they are in the driver's seat with 2 games in Fenway Park. So a very, very big swing game. I think Detroit has to win this game if they have any idea about winning this series. Big game today for Detroit. As far as some college football tonight, you have Miami at North Carolina tonight. Interesting game. You also have Central Florida against Louisville. That's tomorrow. Louisville has an awful schedule this year, but that's probably one of their tougher games. We'll get more into that game tomorrow. So Central Florida, Louisville tomorrow. But tonight you have Miami at North Carolina. You would expect Miami to get through this game. North Carolina is not very good. I also want to touch on the soccer. How about the USA saving Mexico? How about the USA in World Cup qualifying saving Mexico? Mexico the other day lost to Costa Rica, and they were out if the USA lost to Panama. And remember, the USA had already qualified. They didn't have Dempsey playing, so they had nothing really to play for. Panama has beaten the USA 2-1 in stoppage time. The USA gets 2 goals in stoppage time, beats Panama 3-2. That eliminates Panama, and that keeps Mexico alive in the World Cup qualifying. Mexico better thank the USA from here until the World Cup if they make it. Now, Mexico's still got some work to do. They play a home-and-home with New Zealand, which you'd think they'd be able to get through, but the way they're playing, who knows? But the USA saved Mexico. Mexico was done. They were not going to be in the World Cup. USA saved them. Great job by the USA there. Okay, so you guys are all caught up. You guys are all set. So tonight you got your Thursday night game in the NFL, Seattle, Arizona. Interesting game. You got a little college football tonight. You got Miami and North Carolina. Of course, you got your NHL very early there. And, of course, you got the big game in Major League Baseball, Boston, Detroit. I think it's a must-win for the Tigers tonight. All right, tomorrow we're going to do our college picks. Usually we do our college picks tonight in the NFL tomorrow, but with the holiday we got our schedule all mixed up. I'm going to try and get Joe Spano back here tomorrow. Our schedules aren't matching up this week. Can't guarantee that he's going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to try, though, so maybe we'll have him, maybe we won't. If we don't, I will do my college picks by myself tomorrow. We'll have him back next week. Because of this holiday on Monday, our schedules aren't matching up. But I will try and get him here tomorrow. Possibility? Not sure, though. That's up in the air right now. Okay, you guys enjoy the games tonight. You guys stay safe. Thanks for the support. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Friday, we'll preview the weekend. And, of course, we'll do our college picks. Talk to you tomorrow, Friday. Take care.